Welcome into the Eagle Eye Projection Center. We have two major projections to make on our remaining states. First, we turn to Alaska. We give those 3 votes to Republican Donald Trump. This puts him at 258 electoral votes thus far. And our second, it is 12:46 Central Time here in Alabama. We are prepared to call Pennsylvania and its 20 electoral votes for Donald Trump. This puts him at 278 over the 270 that is required of him. Eagle Eye is projecting that Donald Trump is the new president-elect of the United States. And Ryan Lavoie rejoins me. Ryan, historic victory, something we did not see coming, certainly.
Yeah, Donald Trump made up several points in a couple key states that we did not think a couple weeks coming into election that he could win. And this is really the key right here. It was Pennsylvania. It's the one that puts him over 270. It had been cut the lead to a couple points in recent days, and we see Donald Trump was trailing by 10 points or more early in the vote counting. He continued to get more counties. He continued to keep Pittsburgh and Allegheny County close, and it's surprising Pennsylvania has been coming more towards the middle in recent elections, but this, Donald Trump able to flip Pennsylvania red, making him president, a shocking upset win for Donald Trump, a devastating night for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, and I think we all agree that this is something we didn't expect. You look at the map right now, Ryan, Donald Trump, as expected, locked up the middle of the country, swept the entire Southeast. I think a lot of us thought he would win the South. I don't know if a lot of us expected him to win every single state in that Southeast region like he did.
Yeah, I know for me coming in, I thought that this would be a real question mark, and this especially with double the Latino voting of 2008. Yes, the black vote was down, but Latinos had doubled, very in favor of Hillary Clinton, winning Latinos in polls by 30 to 40 points. It did not pan out for her here. We did see Nevada go her way. That is a product of the Latino turnout, but obviously not a lot of Latinos up here in the north, in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, predominantly white states, and Donald Trump doing well with white voters was enough to carry the states of Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. But like you said, very diverse states in Florida and North Carolina, very close states in every election, and so we really just could not tell what would happen. It had to be voter turnouts, and the voters turned out for Donald Trump.
And once again, Ohio goes to a Republican. It's been the key to a Republican presidency in almost every election. I believe every single election that a Republican has won, they have carried Ohio, and that trend continues now with Donald Trump.
Of course, Ohio has the Republican governor, John Kasich, who ran a close third in the Republican primaries. He did not vote for Donald Trump today.
No.
He did a write-in ballot. So that was a little bit surprising. Of course, we know some celebrities that Hillary Clinton was courting in Ohio, LeBron James, the chief among them. It was not enough to run up the totals in Cleveland, in Cincinnati, in those metropolitan areas that Democrats typically do very well in. It just simply was not enough. And Evan, we talk about states like Pennsylvania becoming more conservative. We're surprised by this Wisconsin total. Maybe Ohio is becoming more conservative. Democrats would argue coming in tonight that North Carolina is becoming more liberal. We see that's maybe not the case. So Democrats will have some work to do in this next election. But for tonight, yeah, Ohio, a healthy margin of victory for Donald Trump, something I don't think a lot of people saw coming into this election.
Yeah, and Ryan, certainly a historic night here. Donald Trump has won the presidency of the United States over Hillary Clinton. We are going to now send it in just a second here. Upstairs, Charles C., take it away up there.
Thanks for tuning in. I am back again with Kathleen Moore, and we are here to wrap up this crazy election. It is very late into the evening. We've been here for quite some time, but the outcome is incredible, to say the least, mostly because this entire election has been so close that, I mean, at one point we just didn't know who was going to take it. And so the fact that we are here now is amazing. I know you are extremely excited as our RNC
happy.
delegate. Miss Trump herself is standing over here elated.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got on the Trump train really early, so I had a lot of backlash at first. A lot of people didn't take it very seriously, but here he is, President of the United States. Amazing.
So what do you think
Absolutely
that
amazing.
means for our country?
I see a lot of really good things in store. I think the economy is going to bounce back. I think Trump's going to do a lot of good for the Supreme Court. And I see some really good things happening.
Absolutely. Now, I know a lot of fans out there are rolling tumors. We have got a live look at that. However, we do want to remind you that this is not legal. So while we are excited about Donald Trump making America great again, maybe you might want to hold off just for the sake of legality. But we've got a live look at tumors either way.
So where you go to that? Absolutely.
Send it downstairs.
All right, and we're going to send the feed back downstairs to our studio. Thanks for joining us up here for Eagle Eye TV and Eye on the White House. I'm Charles Nicorelli, joined by Kathleen Moore.
Well, there you have it. Donald Trump, the next president of the United States. It was an intense race throughout the entire campaign and even just tonight in the calling of the race. But in the end, Trump came out victorious and reached to 270 to win.
Now we're going to take a look at how some people are celebrating this new victory. In downtown Auburn, you can see a few people rolling Toomer's Corner to celebrate the victory, just as we do whenever we celebrate a big win. So does that mean Auburn is looking at this as a big win for our country?
I think so. You know, I think Auburn feels that Trump winning is a big win, and you know, rolling Toomer's Corner is a big one for Auburn. And I agree there.
Yeah, and I mean this is just really it's a sight to see, guys. It's something that we didn't expect coming into tonight, certainly. And yeah, you see there's the people out there celebrating,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
having a good time out there.
I think it's a big shock.
yeah.
In fact, yeah.
Yeah, one thing I will say is I'm going to be interested to see, we've talked about it a couple times throughout the night, the effect that this is going to have on the stock market in the coming days.
Yes, I remember speaking on that earlier in the evening.
Yeah, and so right now they're projecting, some economists are projecting the economy might fall a little after this. So we'll see how they're going to, how the stock markets are going to come in response to this, because right now a lot of financial experts predicting they might go way down in
And for
response
Trump,
to this news.
let's see how he handles that as the new president. That's a lot to take on. I mean, for anybody, especially now that you're running a country. Yeah.
Coming in, running a new country,
Yeah.
country right there.
Yeah, and obviously he doesn't get into office until January. President
Of
Obama
course.
will write it out until inauguration. But right now, that's going to be something that's going to not only be something we look in at the beginning, the first 100 days,
Yeah.
the oh so important first 100 days of a Donald Trump presidency, but the very end of our last impression of an Obama presidency.
I'll be interested to see what Obama has to do in his last few days and what Trump will have to do in his beginning days in January.
Yeah, I just think that we're in for a fascinating time for our country. Senate races still have yet to be decided.
Agreed.
Republicans will control the House. There's still that matter of electing a new justice to the Supreme Court that has not been settled yet. So these are all very important things that'll determine a number of things as we head into a new chapter of our country's history.